Recently, I was able to witness the fights of 3 great warriors. His powers were completely absurd. I had never seen anything like it.
What it do? It's your boy, Dragon Ball Art 92, and I'm back with another Kamehameha reaction video. And we're back at it with the Ultra Vegito storyline. Today we're going to be going over Ultra Vegito kills Rumsshi, God of Destruction of Universe 10. But before we get to the content today, you guys, make sure you hit the like button to trigger YouTube algorithm so that way we can be seen by a bigger audience. Also, make sure you check me out over there on Facebook under Black Ink, where I share artwork and other relatable Dragon Ball content. Also, check me out over there on TikTok, man, under Dragon Ball Art 92. Now that we got that out the way, I think it's time to get to the content, man. Let go.
Patreon. Yes, the next part of this color manga is available right now on my new Patreon to watch straight after this episode. This has been a hugely requested edition, but now you can finally see Ultra Vegito the way it was meant to. Every scene colored perfect to anime standards, just how I imagined it when I first drew it. So join now and be the first to see every episode from just $3 with more and more access at higher tiers. Link is in the description below and pinned comment. Enjoy. So our story continues with Ultra Vegito having just arrived in the land of the Kais. Vegito's face still full of caution and confusion as he and Gowasu stand across from each other, peering at one another. Neither person has any idea who the other is after over a decade apart. Or what has happened to bring the two to this divine and alien place. Time begins to tick along with the two still remaining silent, just feet away from each other. Vegito's fist, meanwhile, remains gripped, ready to end another god's life if the Kai proves hostile, while Gowasu remains with a noticeably more relaxed tone. Soon, a look of faint realization reaches Vegito's face, as he says, "Wait! I know this Kai. He seems familiar, but from where? I can just about remember Shin's face, let alone another universe's Kai. But I've definitely seen this guy somewhere." Gowasu, meanwhile, looks...
Yeah, it's interesting how I was just thinking about Dragon Ball Daimo's lore and how everything ties in and how all the Kais are from the demon realm and how Supreme Kai actually revealed his real name in Daima, you know, and before they was just calling him Shin because I think that's what he went under at the tournament. But it's pretty interesting, man, to see how they merge from the demon realm to become gods in the mortal realms. Quite interesting. But Ultra Vegito should remember Supreme Kai because all that debacle with Goku Black. But like Vegito has been fucking locked up for 10 years. So that can make a person really stop thinking about certain things in life and focus on things that's more important.
stern at first, but as his brain puts things together, he relaxes a bit, looking more surprised than anything else, responding, "Wait a second, it's you! Vegito, the Potara fusion of Goku and Vegeta from Universe 7! My, it's been a long time, hasn't it?" "He knows my name!" Vegito struggles to think, as his mind now withered away from his 10 years imprisonment tries its best to keep up. He quietly wonders to himself, clearly struggling to remember and seeing flashes of himself and Jiren the Grey, a fight that never actually happened. But surely, the only way another universe's Kai would know of his existence. Why can't he remember? How does this universe's Kai know all this? It couldn't have been from the Tournament of Power, as we never fused during it. What's going on? Gowasu looks relieved, however, a kind look washing over his face as he happily approaches the man he considers both a distant friend and hero in service of the many gods of the multiverse. Vegito! My, it's been some time, hasn't it? Since you rid me of that upstart Zamasu and his alter ego Goku Black. To think, a Kai in training, my own student no less, would steal one of the sacred time rings to go back and...
We can't skip over the fact that Zamasu was an intelligent, diabolical Kai, bro, because for him to sit back, peep all that was going on, and then created a plan, excuse me, because I know I probably tortured that word, but created a plan that involved using the Super Dragon Balls to take over a whole timeline is diabolical, bro. Just because you feel like justice hasn't been served. But man, that was a diabolical, intelligent Kai, though. Real talk.
Forward in time, all for the sake of murdering mortals. Tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure of seeing you again? Gowasu, now comfortable, begins walking towards his would-be friend, saying, "Come inside, Vegito. Would you like any tea while you're here?" Now only inches away from the God Killer. Vegito's...
What if Vegito just spazzed out and just cut his head off? That'd be cold-blooded, bro. If he just went into a whole trance like, kill the gods, and just... Oh, man. Hey, you just never know where the storyline could go.
Eyes suddenly widen as his face contorts from the memories rushing back all at once. He remembers. He sees the threat of Zamasu and Goku Black and what they did to Trunks' sad future and even more crucially, the box of time rings. Zamasu! Of course! This must be Universe 10! The universe Black came from. The same universe that houses the time rings. Could those rings...
And that's another question. Is Universe 10 the only universe that has the time rings? Because, you know, from the regular storyline, that's the only time we ever heard about the time rings is when they actually visit Universe 10. So I'm just wondering, is there some special thing in each universe that no other universe has? Like Universe 6 and 7 house the Super Dragon Balls, and none of the other universes house them. So you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's quite interesting.
Allow me to go back in time before I killed Beerus? Now, almost in a show of multiple personality disorder, Vegito finds a way to throw on his best happy face. It's almost as if he's doing an impression of the happy-go-lucky fighter Goku once was before all of this tragedy. It was completely fake, of course, but for the sake of what he now needs from Gowasu, it will work perfectly. He walks over and greets Gowasu with a firm but polite handshake. Supreme Kai Gowasu, it's been a long time, my friend. It's so great to see you. Yeah, that Zamasu and Black situation sure was a crazy one. To think they managed to get rid of all the gods in Trunks' timeline. Monsters. But Gowasu, I've actually come on the orders of Beerus. You see, he needs to inspect the time rings once again. It seems there is yet another being on the loose looking to mess with time. If these rings are left in your possession, I'm afraid your life may be in danger, just like it...
Bro, Vegeta was super intelligent at that moment. Knowing that Beerus was destroyed, he came up with a story off the rip. Bro, that is what you call skillful lying.
It was with Zamasu. But this time, if we act too slowly, no one will be able to save you. What? Gowasu, of course, is visibly shocked to hear this news, quickly realizing that this is no reunion of long-lost friends, but rather a warning of yet another Zamasu-level danger. With a look of shock, he asks, "Another threat? There's no way. Not again. The time rings are checked every morning. Nothing has changed. I'm sure of it. But if this is a matter of urgency, I'll bring them out if that is what Beerus desires. Kamoy! Bring the time rings at once!" As Gowasu then turns his head and yells out behind him. Vegito, understandably like us viewers, is visibly confused once again. As bad as his memory is, he definitely didn't remember anyone called Tomoe being here last time, and thinks, "Huh? Tomoe? Now who the hell is that anyway?" And while Vegito thinks, a set of feet eventually walk onto the scene behind Gowasu, as if
Oh man,
My ability is called instant death to any target. If I simply think that I want to kill someone,
all right.
at his command. And as the doors behind Gowasu swing wide open, a mysterious figure
This guy looked like he just got into like 6 Royal Rumbles, bro. Like, bro, he looked like he didn't lay down all type of assassins or some shit, bro. Like he could be a character in Assassin's Creed or something, bro. Look at his eye, bro. Like somebody dotted his shit and left that scar, bro. Oh my god, yeah. Guaso, bro. He was trying to choose a Kai that was definitely gonna put up a challenge for anybody that came and try to fuck with them. You feel me? Cause bro look like he ain't playing out here, bro. He ain't playing no games, bro. That's one of those shots that you when you go to prison, bro, and you get a picture taken straight out of jail, bro. Supreme Kai, Universe 10.
figure appears, beckoned in response to the Supreme Kai of Universe 10's orders. He's a stern-looking young man with an interesting cut of chin-length white hair and a scar over one eye. He's wearing the traditional garb of the gods in a deep navy that complemented his pale orange skin. Unlike Zamasu, it's clear this trainee was far different from the Kais that came before him, as he holds tightly onto the time ring box as if his life force was attached to it. There's a hardened look in his eyes as he stares at Vegito, but says nothing. Swiftly, Tomoe then walks over to his master Gowasu and hands off the box with both arms, confident nothing would be wrong as he reports, "Lord Gowasu, here are the rings as requested. I can assure you, they were checked just this morning, as they are every morning, sir." To which Gowasu responds, "As I thought, but we shall prove it to our esteemed guest here to be sure." Hearing this, trainee Kai Tomoe then turns his attention to Vegito, as the fighter's steely and serious eyes meet.
Bro, they look like 2 leaders of gangs, bro. I swear to God, they just got out of jail, bro. They got their mug shot going on. Look at him, bro. Vegito looked like he just got out of 10 million fights. He looked like he just experienced that fighting, bro. Like, bro, I'm ready for it. Like, it's too funny, bro. The artwork that's done on these mangas, bro, is amazing, bro. I got to get my artwork game up. Get my game up out here, bro.
Vegito stares back at him, matching his intensity. Both are clearly assessing the threat level of the other without saying so. Whatever was left of Goku inside of Vegito definitely feels reminded of the vibes given off by fighters before a Tenkaichi Budokai tournament. Still staring, Vegito thinks, "This guy, he looks like a Kai, but there's something strange about him. He doesn't look like he'd be as weak as Shin or Zamasu was. What is this strange feeling I'm getting? He might be a problem." Having seen enough, Tomoe then shows a glimpse of concern and turns to his master for guidance, inquiring, "Lord Gowasu, As much as I respect your wishes and commands, who exactly is this visitor we have before us? I do not believe him to be who you think he is. He smells of blood. The blood of gods, in fact. What? Vegito's heart drops as he hears this inference, but tries.
Hey, bro. He tried to hold his expression when he knew that his lies were exposed, bro. He's sitting there like, how does this motherfucker know, bro? Y'all heard that saying, right? Real recognize real, right? So a motherfucker that's good at hiding shit will always recognize another motherfucker that's good at hiding shit.
Tries to hide the look of shocked concern on his face as he obviously panics on the inside. An inner version of himself, then meanwhile though, can't help but scream and shout, "Now who the hell is this? I knew something was off about him. Does he really know what I've been doing? This is going to get ugly in a second if Gowasu catches on too." Gowasu, though somewhat obliviously, can only sense the tension in the air between the two rather than hearing what Tomoe is actually saying. Sweating profusely before smiling like there's no trouble at all in an attempt to reassure everyone, including himself. Then saying, "Oh, Tomoe, you truly are an untrusting one, aren't you? You must excuse him, Vegito. It is something we are working on. Tomoe, this is no ordinary visitor. He is in fact Vegito, the legendary warrior who stopped your predecessor."
One thing I do want to say before we move on, one thing I like about the series too is that the guys wasn't perfect and they had certain flaws and things that they also needed to work on, which in all actuality didn't make them any much different from immortal beings. And it's like either the gods can evolve from being mortals to gods, and that's why they have this understanding or connection or similarities to each other, or is it the fact that the gods so-called make these creations and the creations have similarities to them? But it's interesting too, because it just shows that there's a work that needs to be done on all aspects, man, and that's what you call eternal growth. Everything is always growing.
Zamasu from his evil activities, a fusion of Universe 7's two strongest Saiyan warriors, Goku and Vegeta. Tomoe, though, seemingly unimpressed and potentially still unconvinced, proceeds to look Vegito up and down. He still doesn't trust him, but he lets out, Saiyans, I see. Gowasu, now pleased he has calmed the situation down, then points his hand to Tomoe and introduces him properly, politely, and formally to their strange house guest, saying, "Vegito, this here is Tomoe, my newest Supreme Kai apprentice, an ideal candidate I've been training for years now. He harbors no darkness in him as Zamasu did, and as I'm sure..."
Here's how the average man's life would change if he never saw an ad again. Day one, he would install Pi.
Or a talented
But if Gowasu already seen that Zumasu, which names rhyme like a motherfucker, had darkness in his heart before he before he chose him to be his apprentice, why the hell did he choose him to be his damn apprentice when that right there should have been a disqualification, bro? How are you picking? How are you picking, sir? I think you need to get your pick radar fixed or something out here, bro, because you're making bad choices.
Fighter of yourself can probably sense, he has also made a name for himself as the strongest Kai in the known history of our kind. Hearing this proclamation, though, just results in a smirk coming across Vegito's face, as he disrespectfully plays with his angel staff in his hands and lets out, "Oh, really? Well, good for him. Can't say being the strongest Kai equates to much really, though. But you're right. I can tell just from looking at you that you're a little different to the rest. Anyway, let's get down to business. Let me see those time rings before Beerus is angered. Gowasu, reacting quickly to the possible reprimand of Lord Beerus, instantly complies, saying, Yes, certainly, I'll open them now. The older Kai then grabs hold of the box before opening it right in front of Vegito, and inside, as expected, are 6 time rings, a brand new one having been created after the Zamasu incident that had caused Trunks' move to another timeline, with himself. It was a rare break in the rules where the gods had decided to look the other way. Vegito, meanwhile, gets a good look at the rings, and a large grin can't help but form on his face in response, as once again he tries to maintain his cool. The inner version of himself yells, Yes, this is exactly what Black used. Amazing. 6 rings capable of allowing me to move back and forward in time. I think I'll go for the silver one, like old Black himself. With his goal now in sight, and possibly a way to undo everything that's happened so far, Vegito reaches out his hand eagerly towards the rings with a crazy grin.
I think that was a little too easy for Vegito to pull off at that moment, you know, being able to convince Gowasu that he was still friendly. And it's like, is Gowasu not paying attention to what's going on throughout the multiverse? Like, is your universe really that damn boring? Ain't shit going on there bro, where you don't pay attention to nothing that's going on, bro? There are guys and angels being slaughtered, sir. He need to get his radar fixed, bro. Like,
as he finally says, Yes, Gowasu, just as I thought. It seems like there may be a problem here, as one time ring has gone missing yet again. Look, it's missing right here. But before he can reach the box of rings, a hand mysteriously grabs onto Vegito's wrist. Vegito looks towards the person who would dare to stop him, yelling, Why, you damn Kai! Thinking it would be Tomoe, but instead, it is revealed to be none other than Rumsshi, the god of destruction of Universe 10, standing tall and staring angrily at Vegito while Gowasu stands behind in a mixture of fear and confusion. Gowasu calls out, What is the meaning of this? While Rumsshi responds,
It's funny to see how Vegito is going through the gods, and it just really feels like he's fighting zoo animals, bro, and the zookeepers. Now he's fighting Dumbo, bro. Oh man, bro. Hey, but he did catch him right before he grabbed him time rings, bro. Vegito thought he was slick. Somebody was watching his ass. But bro, he did put on a good show. You got to give Vegito props for his lion acting ass.
You grow too trusting, Gowasu. You can't even spot a demon when you see one. Vegito looks at him angrily, his plan now seemingly foiled, and no less by one of the very few beings who already took everything he ever loved from him, as he lets out, You! So I finally had one of you cowards come to me, instead of the other way around. How perfect. Saving me the time it will take to destroy you. But let go of my hand if you don't want your death to be slow and painful, elephant. Huh? Gowasu, meanwhile, is shocked to hear these words come out of the hero Vegito's mouth. It doesn't take him long from these words to then realize that his understudy Tomoe was right. Something was wrong, and he gasps, No, Vegito, did you just threaten to destroy a god?
Yes,
what is going on here? Lord Rumsshi, I'm sorry. Rumsshi, though, just has a stone-cold face as he stares down Vegito. There's no fear there. Despite the stories of what Vegito had done to the other gods, it's either a sign that this god is just as stupid as the others or on a whole new level of power. Confidently, he lets out, to think, filth like you was capable of erasing both liquor and Helene, let alone Beerus. Your amateur senses could not even detect me coming here to stop you. That's how far your evil desires to steal one of these time rings has corrupted you and weakened you. You should have always known. Now that you were on the run, there would never be a time you could let your guard down. Especially as long as I live.
Well, that's kind of interesting to hear that Vegito did not sense him coming. And that's true. That's true. He should have been able to feel that God was coming for him. You know what I'm saying? But I wonder if Vegito still has that I can't sense God energy type of sense. But I would think that would or disappear once he has the ability to transform to these godlike states. Then he should know exactly how to sense God energy. So it's quite interesting.
God killer. With one arm behind his back, Rumsshi continues his cold stare down of Vegito, who is frozen in place by the god's sudden presence. And Rumsshi explains, Gowasu, in your old age, your discernment of good and evil has wavered. It's high time Tomoe took over. This Vegito before you is not the one you once knew. This beast is someone entirely different. Something that should no longer exist. Rumsshi, having said this, then raises his palm up in front of Vegito's face, readying an attack that both Goku and Vegeta had.
We already know what this is, bro. I wonder if Vegeta go pull some slick shit out of his hat tonight. What he go do this time, bro, to get away from being destroyed? Because if he get destroyed, bro, it's over with. It's over, bro.
Seen up close several times before. Vegito, in an act of pure defiance and bravery, stares back at the face of Erasure without flinching, both silent but knowing what comes next. Until Rumsshi finally yells, Kai!
Got him.
Vegito's mouth opens wide as he begins to be erased from reality forever. His feet already having been erased and quickly moving up his body, this is no joke or illusion. Ultra Vegito, under the power of the veteran god of destruction Rumsshi, is being erased from the universe for eternity. Tomoe watches intently, deep in thought and not remotely pleased to be.
That move right there is an intense move. It's so raw to me. And I remember I had asked this previous question in a previous video. What is the difference between the God of Destroy, the Hakai ball that they create, and that version of the Hakai, and which one is stronger? I definitely need to do some research on that. I just haven't had the time, but I will make time because this is Dragon Ball, baby.
Witnessing this ability in person. As a Kai, Gowasu had been teaching him to treasure life in all its forms. This was the opposite of that, and his response is, so, this is the power of a god of destruction, Hakai, complete erasure. What a truly scary ability to be at the end of. Poor mortal. I know not what he did exactly, but I trust in Rumshi's judgment. And just like that, only moments later, Vegito's...
I know I ain't the only one noticing it. Look, the time rings are gone. Where the time rings go? Did they get erased with Vegito? Did he take them, bro? He pulled some slick stuff out his hat, bro. Come on, let's see what happened, bro. Bro.
Entire body has been completely erased and reduced to nothing but fine particulate matter that disappears into the air. Rumsshi stands there unaffected, calmly placing his arms behind his back, knowing his job is now done. Gowasu and Tomoe are stood there also, unsure how exactly to react to what just happened, other than to be in a state
oh damn commercials.
of shock and awe. A faint smile then comes across Rumshi's face, clearly pleased with himself as he says, "To think they used to call Beerus one of the strongest gods of destruction next to Jin. I never believed it for even a second. And today, I know I was right to have those doubts. This was no foe that could challenge me. And Beerus disgraced himself by allowing defeat to the likes of him. At the end of the day, this traitor was just another mortal. He is no god like us, and is thus fallible to the desires of greed and evil that come so easily to their pathetic kind." Rumsshi then turns to Gowasu and looks sternly at the aged custodian of Universe 10, continuing, "Gowasu, enough with your trusting attitude. I want you to put those time rings away and never again bring them out unless you have my..." What? Suddenly, Rumsshi is left extremely shocked as he looks into the small box that Tomoe had brought out earlier. It's a worst case situation, and the box of time rings is now completely empty. Every single one, all 6, have seemingly disappeared as if erased too, along with Vegito. Gowasu is instantly taken aback and starts to panic as he looks around the nearby area in desperate hopes that they just fell out of the box and are on the floor somewhere. He reacts, "What? It can't be! The time rings, they're gone! Every single one! Tomoe, did you see what happened?" But before Tomoe has any time to answer, Gowasu, Tomoe, and Rumsshi look up towards the skies, sensing a phenomenal and terrifying godly apparition. "My god! Lord Gowasu, what is that? No, it can't be!"
I knew it.
As in the sky,
Bro. And not before I get into how I'm gonna react to this, Ramsey better be able to back up them words, because what he say? He said that Vegito couldn't stand up to him and that Beerus was not as strong as they claimed him to be. So let's see if he can put up a fight now. Vegito's back, bro. Bro, he pulled some slick shit, bro. That's the only way, bro, you can be erased and then come back, bro, unless he figured out a way to reverse the Hakai move. And that'd be insane, bro. And that'll make him damn near unstoppable.
a dark portal suddenly opens, and out of it jumps Ultra Vegito, smirking, covered in a dark electricity, with both his arms stretched out. In one arm is his angelic staff, and the other his Godslayer energy blade, ready to take its next life. As Vegito smiles, he calls out, "Rumsshi, your time has come!" What on earth?
You better not be running,
Rumsshi, knowing all too well what's coming next, then immediately begins to dash away and commands the others, "Run! He's on the attack!"
He didn't even attempt to even fight, bro. He just automatically said, "Run, bro." I gotta say, bro, he must be one of the most scariest god of destructions, bro, out of the 12 universes, bro. That's crazy, bro. Crazy work.
And just as Rumsshi had predicted, Vegito's Godslayer blade extends suddenly so far, it cuts through the very earth of the planet itself, rapidly reaching the trio of gods as if heat-seeking. As Rumsshi shouts out one final time, "Move it now!" And just like that, Tomoe and Rumsshi with speed both dodged the powered-up blade at the very last second. But unfortunately, Gowasu, in his old age, was not so agile.
Ooh.
and standing there, paralyzed in shock, and now.
To be honest, it was over for both of them at that point. Rumsshi might as well have said goodbye because once that Kai was gone, he's gone as well.
Clearly split in two from the attack of Vegito, Gowasu remains, now put to rest 10 years after Zamasu attempted the same thing. As his body begins to split into two pieces, the box of empty time rings falls from his hand, sadly, and his student Tomoe can only watch on in sorrow, yelling, "Master Gowasu! No! Please, no!" But alas, nothing can save Gowasu as the parts of his body then fall to the ground with a thump before.
That's the Trunks effect. Vegito been giving a lot of these guys that Trunks effect, bro. That slice you in half effect, bro. Like, man, it's popular. That's a popular technique out here, bro. The Trunks effect. Don't get caught in it.
Shell shock Tomoe and Rumsshi. Vegito, with one victim gained, then lands to the ground, his face smirking as if he's accomplished the goal, remaining silent. Until, as his body slowly rises up, he begins to laugh. Still looking for those time rings, fools? As Vegito then reveals himself with his arms crossed and most shockingly wielding all 6 time rings. Not only has Ultra Vegito escaped destruction somehow at the hands of a god, but also escaped with the very objects they thought they had protected. Rumsshi, meanwhile, is caught off balance by the sudden re-arrival of Vegito. Ironically, he looks like he had just seen a ghost he had sent to the afterlife himself. He asks, You took all the time rings? How are you even alive? This can't be reality!
Mr. Runner.
But in response, Vegito can't help but just maniacally laugh victoriously. You gods really all are as dumb as each other. I think I'll call you Dumbo the Elephant from now on. After all...
Bruh. Dumbo, bruh. I could have sworn I made that reference earlier. Bruh.
You made sure to give me that silly monologue about how my greed made me get complacent in not sensing you. But what you didn't realize is that your supposed surefire victory made you complacent over just what I'm truly capable of.
Obviously.
Want to know your taxes? Trust 70 years of expertise with H&R Block, America's #1 tax preparer.
And with a maniacal smile that would make Frieza proud, Ultra Vegito begins explaining exactly what had gone down just before his appearance. You really thought I didn't know you were going to try and grab me? You must truly think you're dealing with one of the weaklings in your universe. In reality, as soon as you even began to reach for my hand, I went into Ultra Instinct instantly and moved at the speed you fools could only dream of. In that moment, I went and grabbed all 6 rings and moved my hand back just so you could grab me and grow cocky. The look on your face when you thought you had destroyed me. How funny.
That's what you call fighting genius. The way that he set that whole thing up, bro, was amazingly a smart chess move that he made, bro, to get the time rings and to be able to kill the god that he was coming there for in the first place. So nice move on Vegito on that one, bro. That was a W.
It would have been to see. What? Rumsshi, hearing this explanation, still can't accept it as truth. Not that it matters, because as he complains, he's already beginning to fade away. Nevertheless, he continues, No, you're bluffing. You're just a mortal. I caught you off guard. I destroyed you. You should be the one disappearing right now, not me! But adding salt to the wound, Vegito responds, Oh, you damn fool! I told you I wanted you to grab me. That means I wanted you to Hakai me too. I wanted to feel that pain. After 10 years of constantly feeling it, I now live for it. Now that I'm free of it, I crave it. You do realize I too can control destruction energy. I could have reversed your own Hakai at any time. But then I wouldn't have been able to test out the time rings. The second before, I was completely erased.
So he was just testing the theory, a scientific theory of the time rings. I guess basically to see if he got erased, if he can use the time rings right before he was fully erased to bring himself right back. And by golly, it worked.
I made sure to use the power of the time rings to escape into the past. And just when I felt your cocky kind would let your guard down, that is when I decided to come back and strike. And now, it's time for you to say goodbye, Dumbo. Leaving the now halfway erased Rumsshi to just yell in anger, pain, and bitterness. You damn God Killer! As the god of destruction of Universe 10 now also disappears for eternity. With yet another god of destruction down, Ultra Vegito smiles with his eye.
Bro, and what make that interaction quite interesting is that he didn't have to fight him at all to wipe him out. And even with Halise, he didn't even have to fight her, bro, because the angel tried to step in. So Vegito killed them both at the same time, bro. You know, the only god of destruction that Vegito actually had to fight a little bit was Liquor so far. It's quite interesting.
Eyes closed, like he's at peace for a moment before letting out calmly. God Killer. They say that like I don't get a buzz out of being called that. 3 down and only 8 left to go. Regardless of having these time rings or not, I won't rest until this timeline's gods are erased first. My pain and suffering happened in this timeline, so my wrath will start here too. But suddenly, Vegito is interrupted as he senses a huge spike in power and looks to his right, thinking, what the? This power increase, could it be? And standing there powered up with electricity and dust clouds.
The 2 cats that's been in jail about to fight, bro. It's a war going on, bro. Who got the best meme mug? Who got the best prison photo?
Moving rapidly around him is the Supreme Kai student, Tomoe, completely enraged, unlike Hakai, at the death of his master and Universe's Hakaishin. He yells, Mortal, you have dared to kill not only Master Gowasu, but Lord Rumsshi too! And now, by my hand, as the new Supreme Kai of Universe 10, I will not let their deaths be in vain. Prepare to die, you foul demon! Leading to Tomoe rushing in straight away at Vegito, anger in his face as he only sees one goal, and that is to stop the God Killer. And to our great surprise, Tomoe actually lands flush on Vegito's chin, sending his head snapping back.
But obviously, we know that Vegito let him hit him. Come on, bro. He would have got out the way real quick. He ain't even in Ultra Instinct, bro. The boy's still in base.
With force and dramatically. Pleased with himself, Tomoe smiles still covered in electricity and says, Ha! I did it. A direct hit. For the sake of Universe 10, I will take care of this mess. But Vegito remained silent, his head still knocked back, but not groaning or any movement in his body until... With a shockingly swift snapback of his head, he returned with a crazy smile and look on his face, now in his ultra ego form, gaining power from that attack rather than damage. Not bad, would-be Kai. Not bad at all. I bet if Majin Buu had come to your universe, you would have actually stopped him. But allow me to show you what true strength is. After all, I guess you are a deity now too, aren't you? Wouldn't be fair if I didn't let you join the rest of your godly friends.
Oh man, as soon as he's about to get in. What kind of commercial is this?
With that said, Ultra Vegito then begins powering up ferociously as streams of dark flames become visible in the air as the planet itself shakes. Before, unbelievably, in a callback to when Goku fought Moro, Ultra Vegito rises into the air, now surrounded by a giant energy version of himself, dwarfing Tomoe below him. Tomoe, meanwhile, can only watch in utter fear from below. He's frozen in shock, completely scared for the first time in his long life, outclassed and out of his league against the unstoppable force that is Vegito. He doesn't know what to do and just mutters,
What is he about to do, bro? Whatever he about to do, go be overkill, bro. What you have to make that big Susami, I think I said it right, 4, bro. Like, it's unnecessary to beat this guy, bro. But let's see what he do.
Majin Buu? Vegito, inside the safety of his giant apparition, smiles down at Tomoe, enjoying the sense of powerlessness this god now has, and comments one last time, "Goodbye, supremely disappointing Kai." And with that, the giant version of Vegito raises its foot as the world shakes under its movement, casting a shadow over the waiting Tomoe like a deer caught in headlights, who can't even say a word before instantly, Supreme Kai Tomoe
Squashed, bro, like a bug, bro. Like he was a roach or something, bro. Like he was a spider or something, bro. Like, get your little ass out of here, bro. Hey, bro, that's vicious, bro.
is crushed under the power and weight of Vegito. Where there once was a proud and regal god, now remained nothing more than a bloody mess on the floor. But that was it for today's video, guys. And if you made it this...
So that's the end of the video, y'all. I'm going to go in and hit the like button so y'all can see me hit the like button for your boy. You know what I'm saying? You got to show love. I'm going to go ahead and leave a comment. You know, fire. Feel me? Got to show love out here. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that was a good episode. I really enjoyed that episode. You know, he squashed bro like a bug. So far, though, Vegito has been getting his get back, you know, and he's going through the guys, bro, like playing people on video games. Like the next one is next. I'm just winning. I'm just winning every time, bro. It's over with. You know, so this series is pretty much getting good. You know, the series is pretty long because I believe he has 3 seasons of it. So we getting down, man. We catching up. All right. I want to thank you guys for coming through and checking out the video today. Once again, make sure you hit the notification bell so that way you can be notified whenever I upload a video. You dig? Make sure you go out there and check out RJ's channel, man, and support the Ultra Vegito storyline. You dig? And always remember to believe in yourself because ain't nobody else gonna do it, bruh. Dragon Ball Art 92. I'm out. Peace.
Recently, I was able to witness the fights of 3 great warriors. His powers were completely absurd. I had never seen anything like it.